Hi guys, I'm back again. This time with a freshly shaved face. Figured I'd do a video about Spiderman, which is, well, a lot of you guys collect Spiderman. Norway had, to the best of my knowledge, 4 different runs of Spiderman. We had the 1968 run, which was number 1 through 8. Then we had another series starting in 1978. Running to 1984. And then in 1984 it changed publisher and it ran till 1993. All of these 3 were under the title Edderkoppen. Then in, I think it's 1999, they came back with a series called Spiderman. Go figure. And that's the, the more modern, and that ran till I think about 2006. So the first 8, I'll be doing a separate video of the 1968 Marvels because those are a little bit special. But the first 8 followed the general printing in the States. And then when they stopped and they restarted in 1978, they went all over the place. Jumped back and forth between Amazing Spider-Man, Annuals, and Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man. So I'll be running through some major and minor keys in the order they were printed here to give you an idea of how jumbled it was. And there's been some speculation that the poor editorial aspect of this run, this series, is also one of the reasons why Spider-Man and superheroes in general never really became as popular as westerns and crime and thrillers and action comics. Anyways, we'll start off with number 1 from the 1978 run, and this cover is from Amazing Spider-Man 38. So the interesting thing though is that there's nothing of Amazing Spider-Man 38 in this issue. This actually is more of a key. I mean, other than the fact that it was the first issue of the new run, this actually contains the first Norwegian printing of Amazing Fantasy number 15. It also contains Amazing Spider-Man 1. And for some weird reason, it contains 2 stories from Tales to Astonish, number 70 and 72, featuring Namor. Now, if you recognize this cover from 38, you can see that it's slightly modified. And also, they've changed out the first panel here to contain Namor. Anyways, this is a lot bigger of a key than it, you'd expect it to be. All right, so this was number 178. So the second, and this is a really minor key, is number 9 from 1978. So this is the first time Spider-Man and Nightcrawler meet. This cover is from Amazing Spider-Man 161. That's a bit of clear. And it contains issues 159, 160, and 161. This also goes a long way to explaining why there are a lot of covers we never had here in Norway, because, well, they just took a cover they liked and they slapped in 3 different issues inside. We'll get to a few weird ones in a little while. Anyways. And then, number 8, 1979. Is it? Yeah, sorry, got the wrong glasses on. So, we all know Death of Gwen Stacy. This is Amazing Spider-Man 122. Now, this also contains Amazing Spider-Man 121 and 123. So it's also a bit of a jumbo key, to be honest. It's a cool cover nonetheless, and it's it's definitely one to have. And then we move on to number 9, 1979, which is Amazing Spider-Man 124, First Man-Wolf. This contains 124, 125, and 130. Don't know why they skipped 26, 27, 28, and 29, or why they put that in other issues, because we have 129. We'll be getting to that. All right, moving right along. Number 11, 1979. This one's Amazing Spider-Man 136. Obviously, it's the first Harry Osborn as Green Goblin. It contains 136, 137, and 138. And 138 is also a minor key, first Mind Worm. All right, so it's also one to have, one for the books. And of course, one of the biggest of them all, Amazing Spider-Man 129. Now, this is really, really glary because it's Mylar. So this one actually contains 126, 127, 128, and 129. Now, you remember, this is number 12, 1979. The number 9 from 1979 had 124 and 125. And then we skipped quite a few issues, and then we get 126, 27, 28, 29. So obviously continuity for the readers were, a complete mess. Anyways, this is a really, really not high-grade copy. My guess would be somewhere in the 9s. Really happy about this one. Precious, my precious. All right, moving right along. We're at number 5, 1980. So we jump all the way back to Amazing Spider-Man 21. Second Beetle. And it's the second time this cover was used. The 1968 Marvels continued to run into 69 and 70 under the title Demon or Daredevil. And this was also used in number 4 in 1970 for Demon. But that was a different run, so it's not in this video. We'll get back to that. This one contains Amazing Spider-Man 22 and 21, and also Amazing Spider-Man number 2 for some reason, which is previously published as well. All right, so we're moving on to number 6, 1980. This is Amazing Spider-Man 24, contains number 23, 24, and again, number 2. This one actually is the first time Mysterio is shown in disguise. Not in costume, but in disguise. Must be a really minor key. I found this as a key on Key Comics Collector, and I figured, what the heck, I'll throw it in. I know a few of you actually have asked me to find this for you guys. It's a really nice copy as well. All right, so moving on to a really nice little ditty. Amazing Spider-Man 16. This is number 7, 1980 here in Norway. Now, notice a few things. The cover has been recolored. So it's actually Green Daredevil, and the Ringmaster, or whatever his name is colored differently. But Spider-Man is colored correctly, which is weird. This one contains Amazing Spider-Man 15, 16, and 20. Now, inside this is another huge key, which is actually the primary key, apart from it's cool that this was the first time Daredevil and Spider-Man fights. It contains first Kraven the Hunter, and second appearance of Chameleon. So another hidden little key that, might have gone under the radar for a few guys, but hey, here it is. All right, moving right along. Number 8, 1980. Again, we take a huge jump back. It's Amazing Spider-Man 18. So why is this the key? Well, I had to look it up. It's the first appearance of Ned Leeds, who later becomes Hobgoblin. That's got to be a minor key. It's also the third appearance of Sandman. It contains Amazing Spider-Man 17, Amazing Spider-Man 18, and, wait for it, Journey into Mystery 102. All right, moving along. Number 9, 1980. This is Amazing Spider-Man 19. And it's the first appearance of, I can hardly read that, Mac Gargan, who later becomes Scorpion. So it contains Amazing Spider-Man 19, Amazing Spider-Man 25, and Journey into Mystery 103. Go figure. So we jump to number 10 of 1980. This one contains Amazing Spider-Man 28. It's the first appearance of Molten Man. It contains issues 26, 27, and 28 of Amazing Spider-Man, and also a minor character, the first Crime Master, is his first appearances in this one. All right, so we've come to number 1, 1981. So this is Amazing Spider-Man 44, and it's the second appearance of Lizard. So this issue contains Amazing Spider-Man 43, 44, and Tales to Astonish 51. moving along, picking up the pace, we've come to number 10 of 1981. This is the first appearance of Hydro Man, Amazing Spider-Man 212. Huge jump there. It also contains Fantastic Four 228. See why we here in Norway got a little confused? Alright, so for some reason from issue 2 in 1982 they jumped to Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man. This is the first full appearance of Hitman. Contains issues 4, 5, 6, and 7 of Spectacular Spider-Man. We also have this one, Spectacular Spider-Man number 22, contains issues 22, 23, 24, and 25, and it contains the first battle between Moon Knight and Spider-Man. Moving right along to another nice little thingy, it's the first art by Frank Miller, Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man 27. This book contains 26, 27, and 28. Nice little cover there. Alrighty, another minor key, Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man 58, first appearance of Beetle in his battle suit. So this contains Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man 58, 59, and Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 1. Go figure again. Of course, the last and the biggest of the Peter Parker Spider-Man keys, the first Cloak and Dagger. It's Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man 64. I like how they changed out the art in the cover. So it says cloak, which is English, and dolken, which is dagger, the Norwegian word for dagger. So this contains 64 and 65, as well as Amazing Spider-Man Annual 15. Alright, so that was all the keys, minor and major, I could find in the run from 1978 to 1984 of Edderkoppen here in Norway. I'll do a similar one of the run from 84 to 93, which has a lot of our old favorites, you know, ASM 300, 238, 301, a couple of other ones. You know, we'll get to that, we'll see. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's longer than the previous one, but there you go. Alright, enjoy. Thanks for watching.